And Stuart, Chris.
That's Chris.
Stuart, I've been working on bringing my meditation practice more deeply into my everyday life, and I'm getting some success, but I'd like help to do it better. Can you talk about that, please?
Yeah. I mean, I talk about it almost all the time. Look, it's a step at a time, Chris. You understand? If you expect to make this meditation process that is drawing upon energy that's infinite in the universe, to make it pragmatic and palpable, in one step, it's not going to work. But each step you have to be grateful for. If your life is getting more conscious, things in the world around you, you become, all right, that's a step. Be grateful for it and use that to build the foundation inside yourself so you can take the next step and the
Oh.
next step and the next step without having this sense in you that I got to be perfect. Because trust me, you will never be perfect. Ever. None of us will. And all of us are really evolving inside ourselves a step at a time. We have to finally accept that. And we have to finally learn how to use each step, that leads to this miraculous, sacred thing called life, you know, to use it consciously and to be grateful that we can evolve and grow. Because if you do it a step at a time, it becomes permanent. If you try to, swallow the entire ocean in one, it's not going to work. You're just going to drown. It's
Yeah.
not possible. So, be grateful for small things.
Okay.
Be
Thank
grateful for the small steps, for the, tidbits of consciousness that come, that are there to patch you up and to help you find, a much deeper level within yourself, but in a conscious way, not in a way where, you're going to consume all of God in
Mhm.
one bite. You'll die of indigestion. It's not possible.
Oh man, that's really helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's not only you, it's all of us. We need to understand this. I think one of the great deadly sins in this world is that people have this idea in their brain that they got to be perfect at everything they do.
Hmm.
And I think that's one of the great sins in the world and one of the paths that lead nowhere. The path of righteousness doesn't go anywhere. And I think it's very dangerous that when people get caught up in this image in themselves that they can't do in life because they're afraid they're going to make a mistake. Do in life, make mistakes, and mistakes have only a singular purpose to teach you how to grow. In fact, you'll learn more from mistakes about what you have to do and grow to grow in your life than you will learn when you do things perfectly. So all of this is part of making the meditation practical, palpable, and it'll manifest in the way you treat people and also in the way people will treat you. And then have patience. Really, patience
That,
is the key to learning how to make this meditation practical.
yeah,
And practicality is the key to having successfully worked out one's karma. How do we use Shakti, spirit, a connection with God, to interact with the world that we live in?
that's great. Thank you. Patience is my worst imperfection.
Well, What can I tell you, Chris? You'll have to get over it. You'll have to get over it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't get over it, this whole thing stops working, just doesn't work. You gotta get past yourself. I say it at almost every class, we are our own worst enemy. Even the great gifts we have can be our own worst enemy. I mean that. Highly gifted people, don't usually do profound meditation. I mean, they're great dancers, they're great singers, they're great artists, they're great, but when they get off the stage, are they great human beings? And this is what people forget. We're born here, yes, to learn how to be a great dancer, a singer, an artist, a lawyer, a doctor, to reach the pinnacle of our perfection, of our profession. But at the same time, more importantly, we're here to learn how to be human. I hope it's clear.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question.
And what would I do if you don't? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This phrase, getting past yourself, it's a very common phrase that we take for granted. But if it's the self that we're working on, why do we want to get past it? Or how to have better language for it?
Well, I mean, that should be fairly clear, Bob. You look at the self of any human being, there are so many blocks. There's so much tension. There's so much insecurity, fear. There's so much that runs rampant inside people in the terms of just pure chaos, sexual energy, emotional energy, mental. Got to get past it. We got to get past this creature that lives inside human beings. We have to learn how to tame it. We have to learn how to transform all of that stuff into an open heart, into love, into a quiet mind. That's what we bring to God. And then, in order to truly connect with higher energy, we have to learn how to get past all of that chaos that exists inside a human being. The resistance to growth, the resistance to learning that exists in people, the tension. It's like my book, Transforming Tension into Joy and Love. I'm not here to promote my book, but it's really a great title because then you get past yourself. You get past all the things inside yourself that are keeping you from having a spiritual life. And you use the self to do it. It's a battle of dragons. Both you're two dragons inside, one wanting humility, love, sweetness, joy, and the other one, you know, proposing kind of living hell inside human beings. So you build a chakra system and get grounded inside that enables you to get past yourself. Any image you might have of who you think you are. I mean, that door opens a pathway to nowhere. The ability to let go of it and to truly find out what your mission is, what your journey is on this planet. That's getting past yourself. So yes, it's a long. I mean, look, I went to see that movie Decius the other day. I mean, I don't highly recommend it, but I've read the book years ago, and it's a remarkable book of a journey of a man who spends 10 years returning from Troy. And in those 10 years is learning how to get past himself so he can finally go home, unify with his wife, and, the unification of the male female, which is in all great religion and literature. Does
Thank you,
anyone?
sir.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. I mean, look, just on the other side of all of us, there's really this wonderful person that lives, this wonderful human being, full of love, full of joy, who can laugh. There's a childlike quality in all of us that we bury as we get older. We have to re-find it again, but then re-find it with the strength and the innocence that allows higher energy to come into us. God, spirit, whatever one wants to call that. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, I just want to announce, I did send out to a lot of people. I don't know if all of you got it. If you didn't, you can just email me and I'll send a copy of a podcast that I did last week that I thought was really very good and very clear and interesting. And I was hoping people would just send it out to friends of theirs, relatives, anybody you think might be interested in this meditation. It would be wonderful. It's always good for new students to come and for people to find a pathway through themselves to the other side of all that chaos that exists inside and a connection with God. So if you didn't get it, you can email me. I'll send you a copy. And if you did get it, send it on to people. Who knows? You might save somebody's life. And that's a pretty good piece of karma to work out right there. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you. And there'll be meditation on Thursday at this time. There's also class tomorrow night. God bless you. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.